15 love.
Might notice a little difference with this Lorenzo Musetti service motion. This is a pretty new thing. Said that he wasn't particularly happy with how he was serving in Cincinnati just a couple of weeks ago. So he's gone to more of the platform serve, Jannik, so he's not sliding that leg up.
Yeah, it's such a personal thing, trying to continue to work on the motion. He's got a good delivery on it. And whatever the start of it feels the best is so important for a player out there on the court. What can you do over the course of a 4 or 5 hour match, which these matches can be in 3 out of 5 sets? Ooh, there's that good return from Goffin. The backhand is better than the forehand.
15.
Forehand's not too far behind that good backhand, however. Platform serve, not my favorite. I preferred the pinpoint, dragging that foot up. It allowed me to kind of just have that same feeling every time. I liked a little bit longer flowing motion, but Musetti seems to prefer this, at least for now. And we'll see how long he keeps it going.
Starting a little higher as well there with his hands. Used to drop his hands pretty low.
He
said that he just didn't feel too comfortable with his motion in Cincinnati. He felt that his toss was getting too much in front of him, losing too much first serve percentage as well. So just tried to make it as simple as possible. There's his coach, Simone Tartarini, long-term coach, known Lorenzo since he was about 9 years of age. Filippo Volandri next to him.
The whole front part of the motion is something you can almost ignore it. What matters is are the legs, and is he getting up and hitting the ball? Is it all one nice chain together?
Oh, just left it. It's landed well in.
Yeah, that was an opportunity. Yeah, it looks pretty good. When he's actually hitting the stroke itself, it looks like a good contact. Getting up over the ball. Musetti has a nice amount of kick he can put on the serve, and if he felt like his first serve toss was moving around on him, that has to do, of course, with the hand, and hand has to move with your body as well, so it's important that you're comfortable. Goffin seeing the ball well so far on the returns. Another good one there.
Let's look at the David Goffin team. His wife Stephanie there on the right-hand side. His coach, Jean de Marutis. Welcome their first child together last year. Did David and Stephanie. Is Lorenzo also a father, expecting another one as well in a couple of months. Oh, well, he's come to play, hasn't he, Goffin?
Advantage, Goffin.
Such good depth that he plays with when he's seeing and hitting the ball well. Can't leave a ball like that in the middle.
Goffin not only losing matches of late, but losing matches pretty heavily as well. Certainly did not arrive in New York feeling particularly positive about his game. Lost 3-3 first round in Winston-Salem, 1-3 first round in Cincy, 4-4 first round Toronto, 4-5 first round Washington.
Nice little variety. I love the backhand of Musetti.
Musetti.
One of my two favorite one-handed backhands. The other, Denis Shapovalov, two of my favorite players to watch. Love seeing a good one-hander. Yeah, for Goffin, Cincinnati losing 1 in 3 to Sebastian Baez. That should not be happening. You can lose to Baez, but not like that. Not on a hard court. So a tough opening game for Lorenzo Musetti. Had to save the one break point there, but he's on the scoreboard.
First game.
Some nice disguise on that drop shot. Feels like we'll see a few of those today. Goffin will need to look for the droppers. Appreciate you kindly translating that for us, Adam.
Yeah, just bear with me on that. Italian is not what it used to be. Good athleticism from Musetti.
Love 15.
It's a nice little shot close to the net. It's an easy shot to actually miss if it gets any lower. He got up there quickly and just shoved it deep. A couple of good strikes on the forehand as well.
The only single-handed backhand inside the world's top 20 right now is Lorenzo Musetti at 10 in the world. That's just such a nice point to watch, isn't it? That slice up the line, and then just the acceleration of that forehand up the line.
Beautiful control off both those shots. Amazing slice to open up the court, and then chooses to take this approach shot right up the middle. Musetti knows how well Goffin can move into the corners. That's a nice play.
Love 40.
It's a nice sound that comes off the racket of Musetti on the forehand. It's a big shot. He can choose to hit a lot of spin on it, obviously with all his great results on the clay. It's a shot he's adapted to all surfaces.
Yeah, there's a man you might recognize in Musetti's box. Often see him in a lot of the Italians' boxes. Giovanni Bartocci owns a restaurant in the East Village.
Why do I feel like I need to make my way to that restaurant?
Via della...
All the Italians have them in their box, then it must be a pretty good restaurant.
Yeah,
indeed.
Via della Pace it's called.
15, 40.
Kind of shot to fame during the COVID year here at the US Open. He was very heavily involved with Matteo Berrettini, it seemed, that year.
You can find a great Italian place to go during these tournaments. You want to frequent that place. As a player, often do that.
We must be entitled to a freebie, surely, after giving it a shout out.
We must.
Game.
All right, there it
Musetti.
is. Early break for Lorenzo Musetti. Had to save the break point in his first service game. And then
Musetti
breaks in the
leads by
neck.
2
So
games to love.
leads by 2 games to love.
Bravo, Forza, forza.
Not sure how many times we're going to hear the word Forza today, but I'd probably say it might reach triple digits.
Should we keep count? I think I've already lost count.
Love
Important
15.
play there for Goffin to take that forehand into the forehand corner of Musetti. Keep him, pin him over there. Don't allow him to dictate in the middle with the forehand as much. See if he's able to pull that off enough times today. That might open up some opportunities into the backhand. Musetti, of course, though, a good mover. Defends that pretty well in the backhand corner.
Fifteen all.
So far, pretty good in the first serve percentage. A little early to be nitpicking on percentages, but almost 60% in the first serves, and he did face a break point in that first game, so it matters.
Fifteen 30.
There is that play again.
Sorry, Jan, mate. When you make technical adjustments like Musetti has done on his serve, how long does it actually take to feel completely comfortable out there with that?
I messed around with my serve a few times. In fact, I tried to do a little shortened motion. I thought it might help me get the toss in the right spot. It never worked out for me. I always eventually went back to the flowy motion that I preferred. It can take a little while. What you want to do is start to forget about the fundamentals out there and just think about strategy, footwork, your movement, all the things that it takes to win a tennis match. You don't want to be thinking about your fundamentals too much. That can get in your own head a little bit. And think about what Coco Gauff is facing right now on her serve. It might sting a little bit. That's a forehand that Goffin needs to make today. On the other side of the coin for that, when you make those adjustments, you do have to go out in matches, whether it's the US Open or some other event. Often players will try to do it in a little bit of a lesser event. He's doing it here. It is what it is. You have to do it in these competition matches and trust it. That's how you can kind of set that in.
Done really well there, David Goffin, to turn that point around because Musetti was absolutely crunching the ball.
30-40.
Goffin really likes a target. When you give him a target up in the net, if he can get his racket on it, he often comes up with a good pass. Lorenzo did not do enough with that swing forehand volley there. Goffin, you can consider him a master at staying neutral in rallies. He doesn't go for too much. Sometimes when he goes on the offense, it becomes a problem for him. Well, Adam, that looked pretty good.
Yeah, it did.
127 out wide.
That's his quickest of the day so far. There's Veronica that we just saw, Lorenzo's girlfriend.
Bunch more forces. You're keeping count, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Up to 38. Oh, it's beautiful.
Advantage, Goffin.
Such a great return as well. The depth was pretty impressive, and he certainly has the backhand that can do this all day long. It's the forehand that can wobble on him a little bit here and there. He'll miss some of those, but that backhand is steady.
Oh, it's big time tennis from Musetti under pressure there. Very good second serve and absolutely no holding back with the forehand.
Smart second serve direction into the forehand there. Not much court to play with, but he was precise. Needs to hit some of those serves into the forehand in the seconds today. Bunch of break points saved already.
Get some serious pop, can't he, on that first serve, Musetti? That was up at 131.
Advantage, Goffin.
So fourth break point already here for David Goffin.
Juice.
See, David not happy with that forehand. Just did not give himself enough space to take it inside in.
You mentioned in Cincinnati he was struggling with that first serve percentage. He's not making a ton of them right now. That was a great move forward as well. Recognised how good the approach was. Just saw that racket face opening up from Musetti.
Advantage, Goffin.
Here's another good play indeed into the forehand, which opens up opportunity into the backhand. Now, Lorenzo hit a good ball out of the corner. That was a pretty good slice. But Goffin just using his body weight to make that volley have a little bit more on it. That was perfect. Mentioned that he's a good all-court player. Coming up to the net's going to be important today.
Juice.
Just hit his biggest serve of the match on the outside edge of the line.
He's locked in on those break points. See if he can get something going here in the deuce court.
advantage, Musetti. Game.
It's a bit of a tame ending in the end, bit of frustration for David Goffin. The scoreline could quite easily look very different, but it is Musetti who leads 3-love.
Games to love first set. Time.
Well, he's probably wondering here, David Goffin, how on earth he is 3-love down. He's had 5 break point chances, hasn't taken a single one of them.
Love. All.
These two have played some tough matches against each other, namely the other encounter here at the US Open in 2022 was a 5-setter. Musetti ended up winning that one 7-6 in the 5th, 3-6, 7-5, 6-4, 3-6, 7-6, 11-9 in the tiebreaker, Adam.
Have you got plans this afternoon, Jannik?
No plans.
Be here a while. It hasn't been the happiest of hunting grounds here for Musetti when you consider he's made the semi-finals at both Roland Garros and at Wimbledon, but never been past round 3 here in New York. Couple of visits to the 3rd round, including last year when he lost to Brandon Nakashima.
All.
More pressure on the Goffin serve here.
Was that a foot fault?
Sounded like it.
Wow. Well, it's David Goffin at his very best.
Well, he needed that. It looked like he was being overpowered in that rally, but that good movement and his ability to change direction so well. One of his best attributes. He's able to get over there and do that.
Pretty high quality this early on. Already had 13 winners between the two of them. And there's another first ace for David Goffin. And he gets himself out of a potentially very tricky service game there. He's on the scoreboard.
Musetti leads 3-1.
Remember to make sure to download the US Open app. Guide you through the next 10 days or so. Follow your favourite players, track scores, stats, match highlights. Absolutely everything you need on there. It's available on the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store.
Well, he can't say he didn't stick that volley.
Love 15.
Didn't put any backspin on it. Plenty of pace.
Again, it was the quality of the return from David Goffin that set that point up for him.
Love 30.
I would go out on a limb and say that Goffin's best shot is the return of serve. He's so good at handling pace. If he can get his racket on it, he can really crunch the ball. Just gets good depth, and that's off the forehand and the backhand.
Love 14.
Surely this time he's going to take one of these three. 0 for 5 on break points in the first couple of Musetti service games. Again, just great depth with that return from David Goffin, and this time he does get his reward. It's been coming, and we are back on serve.
Musetti leads 3-2.
2-3. So Musetti out of his chair very early, immediately ran over to Simone Tartarini, his coach there, just to get a little bit of advice. Loads of people streaming in through the gates already, 20 to 12 on this Thursday morning. So many great matches to come throughout the course of the day. Naomi Osaka on this court after these two finish up, taking on Hailey Baptiste. Back on serve here. Goffin, who trailed by a break, but serving at 2-3.
Fifteen love.
Easy to forget just what an incredible player David Goffin was at his peak. 6 ATP Tour titles. He's made the quarterfinals of every single Grand Slam apart from here in New York, where he's made 4 fourth-round appearances.
Nice rally there between the two of them. Musetti going for some depth there and directing a lot of those balls into the forehand. That is the shot, I mentioned it, that will break down for Goffin in rallies. You have to work hard to make him miss when he's playing well.
Player who has 20 top 10 wins over the course of his career. Made the final of the 2017 ATP Tour finals. Where he had to beat Rafa and Roger en route to that final. Beat Nadal 6-4 in the third in the round-robin stage, and then got Federer 6-4 in the third, coming from a set down in the semi-finals that year. Ended up losing to Dimitrov in the final.
Amazing. Especially Federer indoors. That is not easy. Musetti's got a great lob. That one didn't get enough depth.
15. What's up? Game, Goffin.
So 3-love down. Now 3 games
all.
all. Good fight right now from David Goffin. So many injuries over the course of his career as Goffin. Different things. The ankle injury, do you remember that eye problem that he had in 2018? Elbow issues, left ankle.
Fifteen love.
just hitting the ball absolutely beautifully right now is David Goffin, who, remember, trailed by 3 games to love out here, although maybe the scoreline flattered Lorenzo Musetti somewhat because Goffin was creating opportunities. He just couldn't take them, but he's now won 3 games in a row.
So impressive out of the corners. The movement is right there for him right now. These last 3 games are as well as I've seen Goffin play in quite some time.
God, this is just a joy to watch at the moment, Goffin.
15-30.
I mentioned the forehand can be a little bit wayward for him from time to time in his matches. It has been excellent the last few games, and so are the volleys coming forward and just moving right through that one. Done it a couple times, taking away a little time from his Italian opponent.
Yeah, 6 out of 8 that he's won at the net so far, and once again Lorenzo Musetti is under pressure on serve. He's already served double the number of service points to David Goffin, just to highlight how much harder he's having to work.
Interesting is Goffin likes the pace. He actually returns the big first serves almost better than the second serves. I wonder if Lorenzo might take a little speed off of his serve. He's got a great kick serve and kick a few first serves into the forehand side.
Just wide. Again, he had such a good return there, Goffin. Almost onto the baseline. Musetti dealt with it very well.
40-30.
Definitely need to see a little more variety from Musetti on the first serve. The second serve's paid off all right. Simone Tartarini might key into that.
Yes.
Well, Lorenzo basically invited David forward in that slice. Goffin now 7 for 9 when he's made those trips forward.
Advantage. Advantage.
Not sure what he's just said to John Blom there, Lorenzo Musetti, but he didn't look too happy about something.
He's not enjoying those return of serves coming, rocketing back his way.
Sure.
Maybe it's that.
Yeah, huge reaction from Musetti. Turns to his team after coming through another really tough game, and he stays ahead at 4-3.
In 25 seconds, because the court is so big,
And if you go to to the tower, you need to run. Run and run.
Okay, so that's what he wasn't too happy about. Felt as though
Musetti
he's
leads 4 games
being
to
a little
3
rushed
Krista.
in between the serves. Is it still starting automatically here at the US Open like it does around the tour?
It sounded like John Blum said he's starting the clock when he goes to the towel. I think that's what he just mentioned to Lorenzo there. I think he said that.
Yeah, because
Don't
normally
quote me.
they start automatically, don't they? 3 seconds after.
3 seconds
the point.
after.
Yeah.
Which I think is kind of fair. Really depends. It really depends on the crowd's reaction. There are some things to consider before you start that clock. Court size certainly is one of them.
Yeah.
There's a longer way to go. ATP Tour is allowing some of the ball crew to bring the towel over again. I don't think that they're doing that here at the US Open. Haven't seen it.
So if you left us during the break, the reason Lorenzo Musetti went up to John Blom and just had a little something to say, he's just not too happy with how quickly the serve clock is starting in between points. Feels as though there's not enough time with this massive court here on Armstrong for him to go over and get the towel and then get back to the line in time to serve. John Blom saying that he is starting the clock as soon as he reaches his towel.
Very nice offense from Goffin in this first set, especially on his way back from 0-3.
Yeah, just had it confirmed that the serve clock does start automatically. So 3 seconds after the point finishes, that's when that 25-second countdown will begin.
Maybe on the bigger courts it should be 4 seconds.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know. Oh, he clawed that return back in. That is a nice return. It's a pretty good serve. It's a nice slice on it. Musetti, one of those players that possesses some intangible abilities. Doesn't have to swing through it, can chip it. Saw Ben Shelton do a lot of that last night here on this very court.
(40-15).
Not sure how many more years David Goffin will be here. He's 34 right now, turns 35 at the end of the year. First came here all the way back in 2011. Fell in qualifying that year, played the main draw for the first time a year later when he lost to Thomas Burdick in the first round. That's a beautiful serve, just 95 miles an hour, but swinging away from Lorenzo Musetti. So absolutely nothing between them right now. 45 minutes already for the opening 8 games. I think he would have come into this match, David Goffin, recognising that Lorenzo Musetti has not won many matches in recent months. So, yes, there's a big difference between their ranking on paper. Musetti at 10 in the world. Goffin at 80. But when you think that the last time Musetti won back-to-back matches was at Roland Garros, since then he lost first round at Wimbledon, he lost his first match in Washington, he beat James Duckworth in Toronto before losing to Mickelson, he lost his first match in Cincy, so he's been struggling.
30 love.
Did have an amazing European clay court swing, mind you. Did Musetti, made the final of Monte Carlo. Lost to Alcaraz, the semis of Madrid, semis of Rome, semis of Roland Garros.
Only thing, of course, a little different here at the US Open is it's 3 out of 5. So back to
15.
a little bit of a different kind of mindset, which can be helpful. You can draw upon that if you're a good 3 out of 5 set player. That is helpful. Both these guys are.
When you say different mindset, Jannik, how did you approach a Grand Slam differently to any other kind of tour event?
Well, you should have to understand that you can't necessarily keep your focus for the entire time. You have to be willing to have that set that maybe doesn't go your way and be able to reset again. You might have to reset a couple of times in these matches. You have to truly prepare mentally for what that is. It's understanding yourself a little bit more. There's a little bit more time to come back. Could be from 2 sets down. It could be from 2 sets to 1 down, whatever that situation might be. But there's opportunities to improve yourself on the day. Of course, in 2 out of 3 sets, it can be over very quickly if you have a bad set of tennis and then your opponent has a good set of tennis. That's troublesome.
Yeah, big difference there in the serve speeds. Musetti averaging about 10 miles an hour quicker behind that first serve.
That was as fast as one yet.
Finds another good one there and another big roar towards his team as he comes through the game, potentially a game away now from taking this first set at 5-4.
Time.
So under a bit of pressure here, David Goffin serving to stay in this first set at 4-5.
Love 15.
Throws in his first double fault to start the game.
Love 30. Ah, 15, 30.
Goffin's done a great job on second serve points won, 64%. You wonder if he'll be able to keep that up throughout this match. He needs to make a few more first serves.
So annoyed with that one. Musetti punches the ball away.
Forza.
I
think Lorenzo even more unhappy with that forehand he missed in the middle of the court. At 15-30, needed to keep that pressure on his opponent.
Didn't have a double fault all match. Now hits his second in this game.
That's why I mentioned those second serve points won. It's still a really healthy stat, 62%. First serve points won extremely low for Goffin, 57%. Just wonder if a stat like that will continue throughout a match against a returner the likes of Musetti.
Yeah, had so much time to line up that backhand pass. Now Musetti will have a look at a set point.
Advantage, Musetti.
Bravo, forza.
Well, that approach shot went where it should, right up the line, but didn't get the depth he needed. That beautiful one-hander took care of business there.
First set belongs to the Italian. Lorenzo Musetti had to work very hard for it.
6-4.
And he will be relieved to have got over the line there by 6-4.
Love 15.
Anything you'd like to see, Jannik, for either of these two in this second set?
Well, for Goffin, again, the serve percentage is a little bit low. I don't think he's going to keep winning as many second serve points, so that's going to need to change a little bit. Musetti's going to have some nice confidence built up from that win in the first set. I like how Lorenzo finished this set. Good pass and very confident on the ground strokes. He's fired up. Lost that lead early from the 3-0 in the first to 3-all due to really some good play from Goffin, who had a bunch of break points and was finally able to break through. I think maybe more of what we saw in the latter part of the set from Musetti important for him. Been a pretty good match so far, really. A lot of great rallies, shot making.
He was gifted a couple of double faults in that final game of set one from Goffin. And then Musetti coughs up his first to give Goffin a little bit of a head start in this game. I feel as though there's been a lot of service games for Musetti that he's been 15-30. Smart going back in behind him.
30.
Nice play coming forward, and approaching up the line is important for Musetti. I mentioned a little earlier in the first set how well Goffin takes advantages of times where he's given a target. He likes to pass. That time he didn't have a chance. I have been impressed with the forehand of Goffin so far. There's another miss on it. Did some very good work with it. When he's given a little bit of time, and sometimes when he misses, when he doesn't have to think about it, for example, on returns, he's been excellent.
Does want to come through. Another tight game there, Musetti, 15-30 down, but off and running now in the second. Of all the single-handers out there, Jannik, do you think Lorenzo Musetti is perhaps the favourite to, if there were to be another single-handed Grand Slam champion, is he the first name on the list?
I think right now you have to give him that nod. I think he hits it the best right now. The stroke production on it is very clean. He's more consistent with it, especially being able to drive through it. A lot of other one-handers have to slice it. I mentioned Shapovalov, who's Dennis is back in fine form as well. He hits that one-hander extremely well. It's not quite as consistent as Lorenzo's, but it can be a real weapon. Stefanos Tsitsipas needs to figure his backhand out. It's been a little bit of an issue for him as of late.
Yeah, you got three single-handers all in a row in the rankings right now. 26, 27, and 28 in the world. Tsitsipas, Shapovalov, and Dimitrov. I feel as though maybe Dimitrov's time has come.
And Grieger's got a great one. He's got an excellent slice, the variety that when he's playing well, but he's injury-free, which has been his issue, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Second one that Goffin's been called on.
There's no person over there to yell at anymore, Adam. He's just a little camera. I used to get called into foot felt and wanted somebody to blame. It couldn't be me. My foot can't possibly touch the line.
Yeah, it's still a human calling it, though, isn't it? I believe, in a truck somewhere, watching through the camera.
Oh, that's a great volley. For the match, Goffin's 10 for 13 coming forward, 77%. That's something maybe we need to see a little bit more of from him. Be offensive with his play.
Oh, it's a good leave. That did not miss by much.
Extremely unfortunate on that let cord, Goffin. I said he did a nice job of taking advantage of it. There's a good view of how nice the day is for the fans and players alike here in New York.
So Musetti broke in the opening service game of David Goffin's in set one. Two chances to do exactly the same here in set two.
30-40.
That forehand was playing with fire there a little bit. I thought when he made contact, he might miss it wide. Just enough spin.
So perfect start to set 2 for Lorenzo Musetti. Takes control of this match, leads by a set and now a break. So just wanted to clarify something from earlier when Lorenzo Musetti was questioning the serve clock and how quickly it was being started. It isn't started automatically, so it is the chair umpire who is actually starting that service clock. So that's why Musetti was just in conversation with John Blom there. That's why he told Lorenzo that he was waiting until he got to the towel box to actually start it. Oh, that is a beauty.
That has got to be the shot of the match so far. That is not easy to do with a one-handed backhand. Awesome camera work. Just throwing his body at that. Lorenzo's starting to vary the serve. Starting to see some things I'm liking. That was a kick. I think that Tartarini there saying that's a good idea. Let's kick a few more first serves. Let's get it out of the strike zone. He's liking the pace. It's some good coaching.
Yeah, like a second father to Lorenzo Musetti is Simone Tartarini. As I said, 9 years of age, first started working with Musetti, so just trusts him absolutely implicitly. And again, just took pace off that first serve. Yes, missed the next drop shot.
It's good, though. That kind of variety starts to sort of ebb its way into the returns. And Goffin was so locked in the first set and in the faster serves, the first serves, and was really keyed in on him on both the forehand and the backhand. Now Lorenzo's showing just a little bit more variety. It's helping.
So ace number 4 sees Musetti through the game, and just like the first set, he wins the first 3 games of set 2.
Time.
David Goffin fought back admirably after dropping the first 3 games of the opening set. He's going to have to try and do something similar here.
Ah. 15 love.
Those double faults are just becoming mildly problematic for Goffin. That's now 4 in the match. Started very late on in the opening set. 2 in his final game of set 1, 2 already in this second.
Well, I mentioned those second serve stats in the first set were just a little too healthy versus the first serve. His first serve percentage wins was low, I thought, in the 60s. At one point, he was up in the 70s, high 60s on second serve points won. That's not how you want to win a tennis match. And it's not like he has Riley Opelka's second serve. It's very returnable and actually attackable. His good ground strokes and maybe some misses from Musetti were the reason for that. And now Lorenzo's not missing. And Goffin is missing a few more from the baseline, so it's causing some problems.
He's purring here, Musetti.
15-14.
Chance for the double break.
Bravo, Lore, bravo. Forza, forza.
Where's your force account?
We're in the 60s.
Oh, 60s? Just 60s. I like that word.
Might be a few more after that. Yeah, you just said you're going to name your pet.
Would be a good name for a
That
pet.
would be a good name for a pet.
Very
I
cool
agree.
name for a pet. Italians may not agree with me, but
yeah, such a nice angle that he found there. Didn't try and overhit.
30-40.
great shot out of the corner here, and he's working hard to get a forehand on this one. Look at all that nice footwork to allow him to take the ball over there and find that angle.
Let's. What's up?
So umpires not only starting the serve clock, of course, they're calling the lets as well here at the US Open. No let machines. There it is. That should be that for the second set. Lorenzo Musetti gets that all-important double break and leads by 4 games to love now.
4 games to love.
Bravissimo, forza. Dai,
I think Veronica is wearing my favourite coloured US Open hat this year. The kind of mint green.
It's a good color.
I like that one.
Bought that one for a friend of mine. And they've got some lovely colors in the hats this year.
You can go to usopenshop.org and check out all the coloured hats.
Lorenzo is
15
really taking
love.
control of these ground stroke rallies, and he has broken down the forehand of Goffin. I was impressed with how good it was in the first set.
Questioning the serve clock again. Or if they lost a ball, maybe.
In the ball.
Dai,
15 all.
dai, va bene, va bene.
Not a bad volley, but an even better backhand. Have to cover the line on a shot like that.
Fifteen, 30.
It's a good fight from David Goffin. I think he's aware just how many breakpoint chances he was able to
15,
carve
14.
out in that first set. So there's absolutely no reason why he can't get back into this second.
No free points on serve in this game for Musetti.
Thirty, 40.
Nice serve, just
Yes.
kicked that one up, took a little bit of the pace off the serve that Jannik has been calling for.
Some very intelligent tennis. Some good heaters. As fast as 132, that one. 100 with a bunch of spin on it. Jumped over the shoulders of Goffin, couldn't hit through it.
Advantage, Goffin.
Yeah, this one just goes flatter, quicker, 125.
Yes.
That is good coaching and intelligent strategy out there from Musetti, who does that little nod there. He's thrown the great return of Goffin off a little.
Huge run there at 130. Just long.
Deuce.
Does Ben Shelton have the most variety on serve, do you think, in the men's game?
I think Ben Shelton by far has the most variety. And, you know, there's some other really good serves out there, but watching his match last night, his Pablo Cranial Busta, it was awesome last night. The serve's just doing all kinds of stuff. The kick is huge, the slice is huge, the flat one is scary. He really puts it into different spaces in the service boxes so well.
Oh, what a combination of shots from Lorenzo Musetti. The drop shot, the lob, the drop volley.
Advantage, Musetti.
I mentioned the great lob that Musetti possesses. I think he actually has one of the best lobs in the game. Often gets it so close to the baseline. It's a nice play, very intentional.
Yeah, got a little bit of good fortune there, Goffin.
Deuce.
For a long time, as though that return wasn't going to go back over the net.
Ancora, ancora. Dai, Lori, forza.
Advantage, Musetti.
Dai questo, dai questo, forza. Forza.
Yeah, excellent from Musetti. I think he knows just how important that was to come through that game. Doesn't want to give Goffin a glimmer of hope of getting back into this second set.
Second set
And he leads by 5 games to love.
Time.
Speaking of nice service motions, this wasn't bad.
Thanks, Adam.
Love 15.
He's only made 3 first serves in this second set, David Goffin, 3 of 13, so he's giving Musetti a lot of looks behind the second, and I mean, Jan Mike called it halfway through the first set that could he continue to win as many points behind the second serve as he was doing? And the answer is a fairly categorical no.
Yeah, you can't be winning matches with your second serve. That's not going to happen. He's down at 10% now. I think maybe even lower after that last one. So that's tough. He's at 75% points won on the first serve, so this needs to make more of them. 29% serves is rough. Oh, gosh. Musetti keyed in on the groundies. He's doing it all. And you're right, Adam, that battle in the last game to get through that and hold, that's going to give him a nice boost of confidence, and he's going to have a chance maybe to serve first if he breaks here in the third set. Scoreline pressure has mattered today.
Well, a highly competitive opening set, an incredibly one-sided second set in the direction of the Italian.
16 to love, new balls, please.
Dishes out a second set bagel in just 33 minutes. 6-love. His way back here from 2 sets to love behind. And by virtue of breaking in that last game, Musetti will serve first in the third.
Love 15.
Another good rally. We had a lot of those in the first set. Not very many in the second. Let's see if Goffin can get that rhythm back. That's what we saw from 0-3 down. The rhythm was amazing as he made that nice comeback and just faltered a little at the end of the first.
Kind of got away with the first one. Very tentative with that initial overhead.
Love 30.
What happened here? Oh my God, no one wants
Just
it.
a blunder.
Oh my God, what is going on? That is a horror. And keep the ball as well. What a souvenir that would have been.
15-30.
Only twice in David Goffin's career has he come from 2 sets to love down. The last of which was 7 years ago at Roland Garros when he was 2 sets to love down against Robin Haase of the Netherlands. Turned that one around. The only other one came in the Davis Cup, actually, a decade ago when he beat Kyle Edmund of Great Britain, who has recently announced his retirement.
That's good play. Some more break points coming right up.
15-40.
Yeah, I noticed Kyle Edmund retiring. It's unfortunate. Boy, he's dealt with a lot of injuries.
Yep.
It's unfortunate. He's a very good player.
Yeah, an incredible run that he had to the semi-finals of the Australian Open.
So impressive that Lorenzo was able to get over into that forehand corner and then get around it again in the middle of the court and hit a forehand there. It's just a little bit better than his backhand, so he prefers to do that. The backhand wouldn't have been a bad option. Do more angles with it as well. Big double fault from Lorenzo Musetti. So, well, in sets 1 and 2, Musetti raced into a 3-love lead, but this time it's David Goffin who breaks early. Just the one career defeat for Musetti from 2-0 in front. That was at Roland Garros back in 2022 when he lost to Stefanos Tsitsipas. Had a few heartbreakers in Paris, hasn't he? Remember when he led 2-1 against Novak Djokovic as well, before Djokovic turned that one around. I remember when Tsitsipas led him in that final. Djokovic turned that one around. Yeah. Good start here for Goffin. As I mentioned, in 3 out of 5, it's tough to keep that concentration for the entire time. A little lapse there from Musetti. And even though there was a bunch of back and forth in the 6-love set,
15-love.
Wasn't exactly as straightforward as that 6-love says. Even though it's not always healthy to win a set 6-games-to-love.
Why do you say that, Jannik? Why is it not healthy?
Well, sometimes when you can win a set 6-games-to-love, you think you're cruising through. You think you're cruising through, and you just keep on cruising through. But your opponent's going to reset. They still want to try to win the match, and it's a brand new set of tennis. So you have to reset along with them, and that's not always as easy as it might sound. All of a sudden, they play better. You think you second-guess yourself a little bit. You double fault on a game point like that. Sometimes you feel a little bit of extra pressure, sort of out of nowhere.
30-15. Out 30-all.
he set it up perfectly, had Musetti.
40-30.
Dai, dai, dai.
Knew he would have a reaction to this. No time to panic yet. Support crew. Doesn't seem too bothered.
Juice.
Dai, dai. Forza, forza. Bravo. Dai, dai. Bravo, bravo.
Juice. Advantage, Goffin.
And Goffin seems to have reined in the forehand again. It was not great in the second. It was solid in the first.
Tranquillo, dai, dai.
All the variety that we've witnessed from Musetti causing some problems on that side.
That's well done. Never easy, those high backhand smashes.
Deuce.
It's kind of a nice camera angle we had in that last rally. You can see how the ground strokes of Musetti are jumping off the court, just getting shoulder height or better, sometimes even higher. That's a lot for David to deal with.
Advantage, Goffin.
Yeah, brilliant from Goffin. And that will feel very nice. Hasn't held serve for quite some time.
Goffin. Goffin leads by 2 games to love.
Goffin was broken 4 times in a row. Of course, those 3 times in the second set and at the end of the first, so that's a very important hold. First serve percentage better there, 50% for this set, and of course just in that game. See if he can keep that percentage up. He needs it.
15 love.
He certainly won't be worrying just yet here, Musetti. Still a lot of time to go in this third set.
Love.
2018, he made the junior final here. Did Lorenzo Musetti, was an exceptional junior, got to #1 in the world. Didn't win the title, though. He lost to the Brazilian Thiago Seyboth-Vilge there in 3 sets. Didn't take him long, though, to pick up a junior slam. Won the Australian Open a few months later. Beat Emilio Nava to win that final. Same age group as the likes of Sinner and Alcaraz. And that's a little more like it from Lorenzo Musetti. Holds to love this time after being broken in his previous service game.
2 games to 1,
And he still trails by just that 1 break, 2-1.
Time.
Two-one here, Goffin. See if he can maintain this lead that he's achieved in the third set.
Love 15. Love 30.
Already a little bit of trouble. Can he at least maintain that 50% first serves here? Remember how many times in a row, 4 times in a row, he was broken from the end of the first into the second.
Let's so
Lorenzo must feel fairly confident he can do so again. Pretty play. And sneaky serve and volley at him. We haven't seen that very many times.
Yeah. It's been good, though, hasn't he, when he's come forward today? 17 of 20 points that he's won.
Very good. You consider that very good. 85%.
let's so.
He's good tactically, Goffin. He knows when he should be coming forward. Got to be careful you don't press it against the likes of a player who moves and strikes the ball like Musetti.
Oh,
Speaking of strikes, how was that one?
yeah, never get tired of watching that.
15-14.
Not quite as the flying backhand that he hit in the second set, but just about. Absolutely a thing of beauty. Goffin doesn't like it.
$30-14. Let's first one.
So no panic whatsoever from Lorenzo Musetti, having trailed by that early break in this third set. He is very quickly back on serve. 2 games all. Good stuff from the Italian. And remember, you can stay connected to the US Open this year on Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube and WhatsApp. You can join the conversation with us at #US Open.
It's just been tough in this matchup, I think, for Goffin. He's kept a lot of these points neutral, but he's not been quite offensive enough in a lot of the rallies. Sometimes we've seen it, but he's just, I feel like, allowing Lorenzo to control the narrative a bit too much. And Musetti's just not making the errors in most of these rallies. Good one there. I mean, Adam, you asked if that's the best one-hander in the world right now. I think there's no question. I mean, he's just absolutely crushing it out of the corner. That is so difficult to do with a one-hander. Look at that.
Last one-hander to win a Grand Slam title was?
Well, I imagine Roger Federer.
Nope.
No.
Came here.
Got me with that. I'm too keyed in on this match.
Dominic Thiem.
Of course.
Who won here in 2020, that incredible final with Alexander Zverev.
Wow, it's the last one-hander. Amazing.
Yep.
Lovely one-hander. A little more spin on his. As a rule. Heavy ball. Of course, against Zverev in that final, where Zverev served for the match in the 5th set. Nice comeback in this set from Musetti. Down 0-2. Good look here at 3-2. Full command of this match.
Oh, yeah, brilliant combination. Another forehand winner to add to his collection. That's his 8th. And Musetti has turned this set on its head. He now leads by 3 games to 2.
Time.
So just gone 1 o'clock in the afternoon here. Armstrong on your left-hand side there. Food court on the right. So many different restaurants for you to choose from. And David Goffin, after making such a quick start to this third set, he led by the early break, but he now trails by 2-3 on serve.
Love. All.
Double fault starting to really hurt him. They've hurt him in this match in different spaces. 7 for the match now. A little subdued. Feels like he's pressing again on the forehand as well. Liked how he started this set out. This is a must hold.
Oh. 15-14.
Another 2 in this game. Chance to win 4 games in a row. Found good pace on that running forehand there, Lorenzo Musetti, who has completely turned this set around. Having trailed by 2-0, he now leads by 4-2 and is closing in on a place in round 3.
Bravo, Lore, bravo. Forza.
Filippo Volandri there in the white shirt, the Italian Davis Cup captain. So he'll be on duty in a few weeks' time.
Feels like Goffin is resigned to the fact that this match is over. That last effort in the service game wasn't great.
It's 15 love.
All of a sudden, he's even missing the backhand. I don't think he has any injuries. But the play level has dropped.
He's only recently returned from that tear that he had in the foot that kept him out for a while, so he's not played a huge amount of tennis since making his way back.
Also tough to be in these situations. Your opponent's playing awfully well, and you're down 2 sets to love, and it wasn't a great second set. Pretty high level in the first. Of course, the second, as I mentioned, a little closer than that 6-0 says. Had some opportunities.
A 6th backhand winner.
It feels like how well Musetti has hit his backhand today has actually bothered Goffin. I think he's surprised that all these shots are landing. Just full on.
Game.
Races through the game. in 60 seconds or so, and all of a sudden Lorenzo Musetti is just one game away from the third round here. 5-2.
Time.
Yeah, David Goffin looking a little deflated, dejected out there right now. He's just lost 5 games in a row and is serving to try and stay in this year's US Open.
Adam, I think he heard something again. He's touching the foot. I don't think it's a lack of effort. I've never seen Goffin give up in a match ever.
Yeah,
I think that something's wrong. He's just not moving. It's unfortunate. I really hope it's not the same thing that he's made worse. He's not getting up for the serve anymore, but he is staying out here and finishing his match. Played too good at the beginning of the set to have this happen without a reason.
15-all.
You got to admire that.
Yeah, what a shame for him. Someone who's gone through a lot of injuries in his career. Missed a good 2 months or so earlier this season between April and June. Oh, it's brilliant from both players. Incredible hand skills on show. Giovanni loved it.
Called the match between Shapovalov and Fucsovics. Fucsovics hurt his back in the third set, could barely move and kept playing the match, and that was admirable as well. When you stay out in the court and just compete, even though you can't at your fullest, if it's not an injury that brings you off the court you have no control of. I see too many players kind of walking off when they have a little bit of an injury.
$15-14.
He's supposed to be playing doubles tomorrow alongside Alexandra Muller, who I think is in his box.
Yeah, I saw Muller down there in the box, sitting in that tan shirt. Yeah, this is unfortunate. Maybe it's something that can be treated.
So 2 match points. Well, it's another trip to the third round here in New York for Lorenzo Musetti, the third time that he has made it to that stage.
6-love, 6-2.
Comes through against David Goffin. We hope whatever injury he did pick up late on in that match is nothing too serious and he can get on the doubles court. But that's a job well done for Musetti. Not too much energy spent out there in his first couple of rounds. And it will either be Jensen Brooksby or Flavio Caboli up next for him. Gets it done 6-4, 6-love, 6-2.
Musetti's got to be happy with that. There's the smile. He was really striking the ball well from the baseline. Goffin did get hurt there in the third set. Don't know exactly what it was. Wasn't at his best, but he was very high level in the first set. Musetti found a way around that. Played even better in the second, really striking the ball on the backhand. Very impressive.
So a shame for David Goffin. Certainly made it highly competitive in that first set. We hope that he can rediscover his best form and just stay fit, more importantly. But Musetti, after coming through against Giovanni and Pecci Pericard in his first round in 4 sets, there wouldn't have been too many physical battles from the back of the court against Pecci Pericard, and nice to get another one done in straight sets here today. Let's go down and hear from him now. He's going to be speaking with Blair Hemley.
Lorenzo, he got the best of you the last time you two played. He was up a break in that third set. How happy are you with the way you closed this match out in front of this incredible crowd today?
Yeah, I think I played a really intense match. You know, with David, you never can, you know, have drops. And today, I think it was pretty a solid performance from my side, and even in the third set, which I didn't start really well, I was a little bit upset on that because I was really focused. And then amazing comeback, you know, really winning every game. So really happy about today, and thanks for all the support, all the Italians crowd. It's amazing.
I know you've been working to find your rhythm this summer. Today, 27 winners, 16 unforced errors. Do you feel like this was a step in the right direction?
Yeah, definitely, yes. I felt today that I played more aggressive, and that's what we are trying to work, especially on this kind of surface, and I think it's really paying off. Especially with the forehand, you know, it's really, today was really, you know, a weapon that I use much and that I need to use for the rest of the tournament. So let's keep going.
All right, it is the third straight slam where you've been seated inside the top 10. Are you used to being one of the favorites at this point?
No, absolutely not. But I really appreciate all the organization, which, you know, 2 times already that I play in this a really beautiful stadium, so hopefully even the next one, and hopefully for even more matches. And yeah, you know, it was such a great achievement for me to be in the top 10, and now I'm trying, you know, to achieve more and more, so hopefully I can go even higher.
All right, last quick thing for you, Lorenzo. For those who don't know, you and your partner Veronica are expecting a second child pretty soon. Are you an expert at this dad thing at this point, or are there nerves about baby number 2?
No, of course, it's always a first time. Even, you know, if we have here Ludovico, that he's not here, but, you know, I think it's somewhere in the stadium with my mom, and I think it's something that I'm really proud of. I think being a father, being a partner, and you know, trying to raise a family even on a young age gave me a lot of confidence and experience. So I don't know if I can consider myself a pretty experienced dad, because Ludovico has 1.5 years, but for sure I'm more prepared this time than the last one. So really happy, and really looking for, you know, for the second one.
Well, congrats on the win and the beautiful family. Let's hear it one more time for Lorenzo Musetti.